What is up, YouTube? This is Solar Eclipse 18 bringing you a deck profile of my Blackwing deck. Now, it's really cool. Blackwings did receive some indirect support from the new Dual Overload set with cards like Droid Raptor Wystrix, Union Carrier, and some more Bird of Sovereignty, which all make it possible for Blackwings to pull off an infinite negate combo. Although it's not specific to Blackwings because they share the same type and attributes, it makes it possible for Blackwings to pull it off. At the end of the video, I will show you guys a variation of how to pull off that infinite negate combo. There isn't only one way to do it. There's actually quite a few different ways, but I'll show you guys one of the most simple ways to kind of give you guys an example of just one variation of how they can pull it off. But yeah, so without further ado, let's get right on into it. So for monsters, first off, I got 3 Blackwing Simoon the Poisonous Wind. So unfortunately, he does lock you into dark monsters. That is the only downside to pretty much this whole deck, is this guy right here. He does lock you into dark monsters. Simorg is a wind monster, and he's pretty much the reason that this, or not the reason, but one of the main reasons, probably the most main reason why the infinite negate combo is possible. And it's a wind monster, so you can't summon him out once you use Simoon's effect. But Simoon's other effect is really strong in this deck, which is why I just couldn't not put him in. So he allows you to remove from play 1 other Blackwing from hand, and you can place 1 Black Whirlwind face up on the deck, from the deck to the field, face up, and you're allowed to normal summon him. So pretty much you still have your regular normal summon, and Black Whirlwind allows you to search off when you do normal summon Blackwing monsters. So pretty much this 1 card gets you 2 searches, so it was just too good to pass up on. And you do have other dark monsters in your extra deck, which do allow you to have other disruptions, so it's all good. I do play 3 Blackwing Chris Dawn. He allows you to special summon himself from the hand if you control another Blackwing on the field. This is a once per turn though, so just keep in mind it is a hard once per turn. You can special summon him other ways, but this way it's only once per turn. And also he does have he is able to not get destroyed by spell or trap effects once per turn. That comes useful, but his main reason is because he swarms. So Bora the Spear is similar to Chris, but the reason Bora the Spear is better is because Bora allows you to special summon him as many times as you want. So it's not a hard once per turn. When you control another Blackwing, you can just special summon him from the hand as many times as you want. And he is also a piercer, so that could come in handy. Next, I do play 3 Blackwing Monster of the South Wind. When he's normal summoned, he allows you to special summon from the banished pile a Blackwing monster in face-up defense position. It has to be level 4 or lower. So he synergizes well with Simoon, because Simoon, for his effect to go off, you have to banish 1, and then he still allows you to normal summon again. So you normal summon Oster, and then he brings you that monster back, which that already counts for 2 Black Whirlwind effects. So essentially they just synergize pretty much well, and yeah, that's why you play 3 of them. His other effect is when he's in the grave, you can banish him, and you put wedge counters on your monster's side of the field. That is useful with Full Armor Master from the extra deck. They synergize well because if any counters that your opponent's monsters have, you can either take control of them or destroy them. So yeah, that's why I play him at 3. Blackwing Gil the Whirlwind is similar to Bora in where he can special summon himself from the hand as many times as you want, and he also can cut monsters' attack in half, so that can come in handy as well. I play 2 Harman the Dust. He's like Chris, where he has a hard once per turn special summon from hand. But his other effect, if he's normal or special summon, you can target another Blackwing monster and increase his level by that level. So for example, you can target Chris, and then you make him a level 6 because he's a 4, so 2 plus 4 is 6, so he can become a 6. He can become a 5 with Gale. It does come in handy when you need to alter the numbers, adjust them a little bit to maybe hit the right number for a certain synchro monster. Most notably Full Armor Master. So yeah, that's why he's 2. Orochi, he's also a hard once per turn special summon, and that is too why I only use 2 of them, because I don't really want to see them as often in my hand. and playing 3-ofs, sometimes you get doubles in first hand, and you really want to avoid that because they're hard ones per turn. So only one copy is useful, the other one's technically useless. But his effect is that hard one special summon once per turn, and if he's sent to the graveyard because he was used as synchro material, you can put a monster in face-up defense position that your opponent controls. So you don't really tend to use that, but it does come in handy. Zephyros the Elite. So he allows you to extend a lot. So if he's in grave, you can banish. If he's in grave, you can take 400 damage. One face-up card on the field that you have, put it back into your hand, and you can special summon him. Unfortunately, it is once per duel, but basically every duel you're gonna be doing it. So yeah, I mean, you have to use him. He allows you to extend. Blizzard of the Far North. He's similar to Oster when he's normal summoned, but he allows you to special summon from the graveyard. So he's from the banish zone and he's from the graveyard. I only do one though because sometimes other normal summons are usually a lot better because others do synergize better than Blizzard would. But Blizzard is a good second turn monster, or sometimes you can go up to even 3 normal summons per turn. That's with Nathung from the extra deck, and then his normal summons, and then your regular normal summons. So essentially you can do 3 normal summons, and he could be that useful third, but doesn't really come in all the time. And sometimes even if you could normal summon, the better decision would be not to. Just kind of depends on the situation. Blackwing Gladius, the Midnight Sun. So you can only special summon him if the only monster you control is one Blackwing monster. So you can only control one Blackwing, nothing else, and you can special summon him from the hand. That's why I only use one, because obviously if I have multiple, I can't really do it. So whatever first monster I do summon, he follows up on that, and it's just an extra body. Mist Valley Apex Avian and Mist Valley Thunderbird. Now these are the MVPs when it comes to the Infinite Negate combo, and that's because Apex Avian's effect is once per chain. When a card or effect is activated, you can target one Mist Valley card you control, return it to the hand, and if you do, negate the activation and destroy it. So you target Mist Valley Thunderbird, and his effect is when this face-up card on the field returns to the hand, you can special summon it. So basically, your opponent would use an effect, use his effect to negate it, he comes back to your hand, but then Thunderbird's effect, special summon him back on the field, and then you can use his effect again. His is not a once per turn, it's a once per chain. So that's once per chain basically. So you can just keep using and abusing this guy, and that's pretty much pulls off your Infinite Negate combo. For hand traps, I have 2 Droll Lockbirds and 1 Ghost Ogre Snow Rabbit. So these lock out your opponent from drawing more than 1 card in 1 turn, or searching more than 1 card in 1 turn, and then Ghost Ogre allows you to destroy a monster or spell trap that's already face up on the field. To destroy it doesn't negate the effect, but it does destroy it. If I did have Ash Blossom, I would probably have it in here in place of these 3. But I don't have Ash Blossom, so I think the next best 3 hand traps would probably be these, at least that I have. But nonetheless, they are still powerful hand traps, so yeah, that's why I run those 3. That's it for the monsters. Let's go into the spells. So I played 3 Black Whirlwind. So Black Whirlwind is pretty much the heart spell card of the deck. So this is the one that I was explaining to you guys earlier, where when a Blackwing is normal summoned, you can search your deck for a Blackwing with less attack than it and add it to your hand. If this was any summon, then that'd be busted, because you can summon like 10 Blackwings in 1 turn, essentially, sometimes. But every normal summon allows you to search another Blackwing from your deck. So that's really good. Next is Lure of Darkness for draw power, and it also synergizes well with Oster, the one that normal summons specials from Banish. So he's a good synergizer with that. I played 3 Call by the Grave because although it can't get around things like Infinite Permanence, Kaijus, and Nibiru's, who are just looming all over the meta right now, it still can stop things like Ash Blossom and other hand traps. And if not that, it could also interrupt your opponent with plays from the graveyard. So, I mean, better have it than not have it. Play 1 Rank Up Magic Soul Shave Force. You search him through your Raid Raptor. Force Tricks. He allows you pretty much to bust out Cyber Dragon. Monster Reborn to special summon monsters. Foolish Burial, pretty much your only monster usually that you're going to use for that is Zephyros, because he allows you to special summon from the grave. and if not, then just another monster for Blizzard. And last, I play Mystical Space Typhoon. Now, it really bothers me that a lot of people don't play cards to get around spell or traps, and they usually rely on their extra deck monsters to do that with things like Nightmare Phoenix, for example. Because there is a lot of cards like There Can Only Be One, Mystic Mine, Zombie World. Like there's just so many floodgates nowadays that just completely lock you out of even playing Yu-Gi-Oh, and you just wanna fold. So for me, MST is pretty much always going to be a one of in essentially any deck. It does, and every time I do get it, pretty much comes in like super clutch. All right, so onto the extra deck. So this is kind of the heart of the Infinite Negate combo right here. Redrafter White Strix allows you to special summon a level 4 Darkwing Beast from your deck to the field and defense position, but that cannot be used as a link material. That's okay though, because usually you overlay it anyways. And then he also allows you to set a rank up magic card, which is the one that I used, the one that I showed you guys earlier, which is for Cyber Dragon. So that's his effect. Some more Bar Sovereignty. At the end phase, he allows you to special summon a Mist Valley monster, Mist Valley from your deck, in face of attack position, and or doesn't really matter the position, but so you can special summon one beast monster from your hand or deck with a level equal to the total number of unused spell and trap zones. So I don't run any traps, so I don't usually use up my back row, but it's not too big of a problem. Usually people don't really run that many spell or traps and take up that many, but pretty much your target for him is Avian, and that allows you to pull off that Infinite Negate combo. Union Carrier allows you to equip one. That's Thunderbird. It doesn't have to be face up as in a monster zone, just as long as it's on the field. So he allows you to bust out the second copy. And then Redrafter Force Strix, he allows you to search out another monster, level 4 Darkwing Beast. So these are pretty much the heart of the Infinite Negate combo, which I will show you in a bit. Cyber Dragon Infinity, he's your target for Rank Up Magic. The Blackwing monster lineup, this is Full Armor Master, the one I was telling you about earlier. He can take control of a monster with a wedge counter on it, or destroy monsters on your opponent's field, or cards on the field, or pretty much monsters. Destroy monsters on the field with wedge counters. So that comes in really handy. But probably his best effect is he is unaffected by other card effects. So all three effects are really good on him. Raikiri can destroy cards on your opponent's side of the field up to the number of other Blackwings you control, except himself. So if you control, for example, 2 other Blackwings, you can pop 2 cards on the field once per turn. That's pretty powerful. Chidori's effect is he gains 300 for every Blackwing in the grave. Later game, he does come out pretty beefy. He's a 26 already. And if he is destroyed, you can special summon another Blackwing level 5 or higher. Another Wing Beast Synchro monster from the grave. So that could come in useful. When Obsidian is special summoned, he allows you to target level 5 or higher Wing Beast from the grave and special summon it. Nathung is the one that allows you to gain an extra normal summon, and he deals an extra 800 damage to your opponent's life points, and 800 to one of your opponent's monsters. Loses 800 attack and defense. So when you are locked into the dark, these are my 2 options. So Berserker of the Tenyi, he's a good interrupter. Quick effect, you can banish an effect monster when it activates its effect. And then Steelstorm Roach, he can negate special summon that of a monster that's level 5 or higher, and that's not once per turn, so you can use both materials in one turn, so that's pretty good. I play 1 FA Dawn Dragster. He allows you to negate spell or traps once per turn. Evil Storm Exciton Knight is if I'm backed up and my opponent is just walking all over me, and my last ditch effort is just to pretty much blow up the field and just start top decking from there. And last, I play Nightmare Unicorn. Now, the only reason I play Nightmare Unicorn is because there's times where you need to get your Raid Raptor Force Strix into the grave, or maybe even White Strix. and you have no other way to do it other than just link them both off for him. And it could come in useful if you need to shuffle another monster or a monster or card. Target one card on the field. So you can shuffle one card on the field into the deck. So that could come in useful to interrupt your opponent. So that's it for the deck profile. I'm going to show you guys a simple way to bring out your infinite negate combo. So I'm going to try to keep it as simple as possible. I'm going to use these three cards right here. So this is your hand. So you're gonna place Black Whirlwind. You're gonna normal summon Bora. Black Whirlwind's effect is gonna search you out another one of these. You're gonna special summon him, and then you're gonna special summon him. Then you're gonna link these two off for Wystrix. Wystrix effect allows you to special summon from the deck, and your option is pretty much always going to be Zephyros. If you have him in hand, then you're probably going to normal summon him first out, and then because he can special summon himself out, but he's almost always going to be your target. Then you're going to XYZ these guys for Forstrix. Forstrix is going to use effect, and you are going to have to always do Zephyros because he can bring himself back from the graveyard. So you're always going to use Zephyros when you're using his effect. So you get to search, and you can also chain his effect. So you're going to add this, you're going to set this because of Wystrix effect, and because of his search. Let's say you get Chris Krekadon. Then you're going to use Zephyros effect. You're going to target the Black Whirlwind, add it to your hand, and then he special summons out. And then because you control a Blackwing monster, you can now special summon him from your hand. So at this point, you're going to link these off for some more Bird of Sovereignty. Then you're going to link these two off for Union Carrier. You're going to use Union Carrier's effect. You're going to equip Mist Valley Thunderbird to some Morgue. And then you're going to play Rank Up Magic Soul Force. So that brings out your Cyber Dragon Infinity. And then what happens here at the end phase, Samor's effect will go off, and you're going to search off Mist Valley Apex Avian. So this is your hand right here. And this is your finishing board. So on your opponent's turn, you have one negate plus infinite negate. So like I said, explained earlier, Thunderbird's effect says when it's just face up on the field. When this face up card in the field returns to the hand, you can special summon it, and he's a once per chain. So you're going to use his effect, he's going to go to your hand, but then his effect's going to go off and he's going to be special summoned. Then your opponent's going to want to use something else. You're going to target his effect, use him, and then bring him back out. And it's not a hard once per turn. You can keep using and abusing it. He's going to keep coming up and down your hand. So yeah, that's essentially your board for the Infinite Negate combo. Obviously that was if you just had those three cards. If you have another Black Whirlwind in hand that you open with, or another monster that can special summon itself out, you can even, potentially end off with another, any other monster. Like, let's just say it's Armor Master, or it could even be a Berserker, and it just allows for so much disruption. But yeah, in essence, guys, that's pretty much the deck profile there. If you guys watched up to this point, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe. If you guys have some comments for something else you guys will run instead, or something that you guys would want to let me know about, go ahead and drop down something in the comment section below. I like reading your guys' comments and responding to them. And yeah, guys, thank you guys for watching. Like I said, don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment. Thank you. See you guys later.